Hey, everybody. It is Tuesday, Team Talk Tuesday. Excited to be here with you all tonight. I haven't been on, I wasn't on last week, was I? No, I was sick. Um, I'm excited. We are in the last week of the month, so I've got a couple quick updates for you just to make sure we're all on the same page. And then I'm going to intro our speaker who's talking about Scentsy Club tonight. So, who went to World Tour? Drop in the location where you went and maybe one takeaway. One takeaway. All right, so here's some announcements. We are in the busiest week of February. This is the last week of the month. As I said, it is crunch time for your customers who want those things on the discontinued list, right? They do have an opportunity with Scentsy Club, and we're going to talk about that. But I know that lots of you have customers who want to stock up on some of those other products that we can't put in club. And so this is their shot to do that. So make sure that you are reaching out, having one-on-one communication with them. You know what they love and they like, and there's nothing worse than getting that call on March 1st that they want something that was on that discontinued list and they can't get it. And you want to know whose responsibility that is to tell them? It's yours, right? It's not their responsibility to know that, right? It's your responsibility. That's the kind of customer care we provide. So don't miss that opportunity with them, because I mean, it's about building good relationships with them. As I said, there's a big club opportunity this month. We're in the last few days of that join special, that laundry bundle join special, a chance for them to get the Scentsy suds before they're available in the catalog. This thing is pretty empty, you'll notice. I did some clubber samples with it. All right, let's see what else. Also, we just finished boot camp. A big congratulations. If you finished boot camp, if you completed boot camp, will you drop the words boot camp in the chat? And then wait for it. If you graduated from boot camp, drop I'm a graduate in the chat, because that's a really big deal, friends. This was a really good 6-week program, and we are so proud of you, and we want to celebrate. I also want to remind you, if you went to World Tour, now is the time to be booking those parties. You have through the end of next month to get those external party hosts so that you can get that super cute blue mushroom exclusive warmer. So don't miss out on that opportunity. All right, what have I missed as far as, if I missed something that you think is critical right now, drop it. Oh, and it's the end of the 10% off sale. 10% off sale. And another thing to reach out for your customers about, this did not make it to my list. Some of those bundle and saves are changing on the 1st. So if you have customers that love like the 6-pack of pods, that kind of thing, you want to reach out to them, because this is when they're going to get the best deal. Not only are they getting like the 10% off on it, but they're also getting, yeah, I'm second guessing myself, but they're also, the pricing is going to shift, right? It's going to be 10% off 6, not buy 5, get 1 free. So this is the week that they want to stock up on all of those things. So don't miss the opportunity. I know some of you are hustling for PRV. I don't like the word hustle, actually, but I just want you to know that no matter what your PRV sits at today, I truly think you could double it by the end of the month if you are intentional with your reach outs. So make that happen, friends. Make that happen. All right. I'm going to spotlight our speaker for tonight. I'm also going to make her co-host. She's making that face. She's really excited. See, now I'm not. Awesome. I love it. Okay. Need a sip of water. All right. So tonight we have the lovely and beautiful Emily Cleveland, who is going to share with us all about Scentsy Club. And she is legit a pro at this. You also know some of her other claims to fame. She rocks the mock party, right? And all sorts of other things. She will also never not tell you what she thinks. And she's a really good roomie. If you ever need a roomie for a retreat, she's a really good roomie. So the floor is yours, Emily.
Awesome. Yes, and if you room with me, just know you better be ready for a snore. Okay, that's all I can really say. But I'm so excited to talk to you guys about Scentsy Club. So a little bit about me. I've been with Scentsy. It will be 4 years in April. So I'm not officially 4 years, but I like to say I am. But 4 years in April, and ooh, okay, yeah, sorry, something popped up. Anyway, um, so I am a director and I love Scentsy to death, like we all do. And Scentsy Club just kind of really clicked for me. I want to say like when I was a year in, by the way, sorry, my boys are still awake if you can hear them. Um, probably about a year in, I was like, oh, this makes sense. I'm like, oh, and I watched a training, and her name is Kate, starts with a T. I'll probably know her, but I can't think of her last name. But anyway, I watched a training with her. She came on to one of a Work at Wednesday that I did, and she explained what she did with work with her Scentsy Club. And I was like, I'm gonna try this, and it's just like boom, 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 and it keeps coming. I want to know if you guys could make 500 PRV without any work. Would you want to do it? And I would hope the answer would be yes, because that is currently where I'm at. I've worked my Scentsy Club big enough to where I have guaranteed 400 to 500 PRV every single month. And it is such a blessing because on those really bad months, like we've had the last couple for myself, it's really helped me. So I just love it and I love Scentsy Club. So how I kind of came about this and started really doing well is during a transition month is when I kind of started it, and I offered my clubbers that I currently had. They would go ahead and get early access to the catalog. They would get early access to the smells, and I posted it all over Facebook, and people went crazy because they're like, "Holy cow, I want that! Like, why can I not get that?" That FOMO is what you have to really create with that Scentsy Club. So every single time I would get a clubber during that transition month that I experienced, I would go ahead and shout them out and say, "Oh my gosh, they're going to get this, 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 and this because they're in club." And then everyone's like, "What? What is that?" Because you don't know what people actually are seeing or what they're not seeing on Facebook. So I would do it every single time I got a clubber. Um, and I would post it on my personal page. I would post it on my VIP. I would do everything. So just putting it out there and showing that what your clubbers can get, because I really spoil mine. I spoil mine with Happy Mail every single month, no matter if their Scentsy Club runs quarterly, if it runs bi-monthly, or if it runs monthly. They get Happy Mail no matter what. And some people I've heard when I have said that, are like, well, if they didn't run a club, why am I going to send them Happy Mail? Because that might change their Happy Mail. That might change them to add a bar. It might change them to go to monthly instead of quarterly. Any of those things. So if you keep spoiling them, and I don't send a whole bunch. So it was when I first started, having only a couple Scentsy clubbers. Their Happy Meal was a lot bigger, and now my Scentsy Club is currently it was at 36 people was my highest club amount. Currently I'm at 31, and then I just added one tonight, so I'm at 32 clubbers total. And my goal is always 40. So always set that goal for yourself with Scentsy Club because, like I've said, it's income you don't have to work for. It's automatically there. And that's what I try to say to my clubbers when I try to sign them up or promote them is, hey, this is free. You can cancel anytime. And that's one thing too, when I started really gaining these clubbers is you really have to understand how club works. So my other question for you guys too is like, do you truly understand club? Because if you don't know the ins and outs, I think that hurts trying to explain it to your customers. So I really took the time to understand club. And so I definitely recommend that too, to help gain those clubbers, because then you can just spew out all the information when they're asking all of it. One thing, hold on, I wrote like a couple notes, so don't hate me for looking over here. Does anybody have any questions right now? I hope I'm not talking too fast.
You're
16
doing
clubbers. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. See, Shannon Wilkes, I was talking to earlier today. She has 28 clubbers, girlfriends. Like she is rocking it. I was super proud of her to hear that too. So yeah, drop how many clubbers you guys have because, like for Amanda, you have 6 clubbers. Aim for 10, in the next couple months, or aim for 10 by the end of this month. You can do it as long as you have those, goals of what you want to go ahead and do in club. Um, And one thing I always told myself too, like I have the goal of, 40 clubbers. And it's been my goal for the last year and a half, but I try to tell myself it's not a race. And I want you guys to think about that too, that it's not a race to, you know, get the most clubbers as possible. I know, Lisa Rowberry, if you look at her, she has a million trillion clubbers, and that's fantastic, but that's not a goal for myself because I know I can't accomplish that right now. But don't think it's a race. Just take your time and gain those quality customers and those quality clubbers. Um, so systems that I use to keep track of my clubbers and make sure that I'm doing my very best for them. I use Trello. I don't know if some people use it, some people don't. I've been using it for about a year and a half. And every single month before I send my happy mail, I'll go into my Trello and I'll pull up my workstation and I'll see who canceled. If anybody canceled, I'm immediately reaching out to them. Hey, is there anything that I did? Most of the time it's bills or they had to cancel or whatnot. Um, so I'll reach out to them. They're like, "Oh, but can I get the Happy Meal? Can I get the catalog?" And I'm like, "Well, I try to be really nice. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give it to you this month, but next month you're not getting it. Like you have to be a clubber. That's an exclusive for being my clubber." So I'll go through the Trello, I'll go through my workstation, figure out who's canceled, where everybody is, make sure everything ran properly. And then I send Happy Mail to them every month. One other thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I do with my clubbers is just a little thing I do for Easter. And since it's almost Easter, I've already gotten the stuff for it. So I do a ginormous golden egg. So this is at $3 at the dollar store. I've done it for the last 3 years and my people really love it. And then this year I'm changing a little bit and I got these small ones. So this big one is for my clubbers only. So I will spin a wheel and this will be full of Scentsy little goodies. There'll be samples, there'll be, full-size products I might have gotten on clearance a long time ago, bars I want to get rid of, whatever it might be. And little Easter goodies too with it, candy, whatever it might be. And I will go ahead and spin a wheel just because I love my clubbers. And I do that every Easter. So that's something that if your budget allows, I definitely recommend it because it gives people that are in club, they're like, oh, I get exclusive. Nobody else gets this. It's a FOMO thing. And that's what I've tried to really portray about Scentsy Club is y'all are missing out. And I really try to say that. So, and then so this year, the one thing I did change is these small ones. The small ones are going to be for my regular customers, and I'm going to just do a little thing on that. But so yeah, that's what I kind of do with my Scentsy Clovers. That's how I kind of got them is just really the big FOMO of getting the catalog early, and just treating them really good with Happy Mail every single month, and they expect it and they love it. So, but
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Everybody loves your golden egg.
I know it's so awesome, guys. It's huge. It's bigger than my head. And believe it or not, I do these for my kids' Easter baskets. This is their Easter basket, is a giant egg. So, we do that too.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions for her? I see a lot of other people also have lots of clubbers. There's lots of people in here with lots of clubbers. Um, so if anybody else has ideas too, but questions for Emily or
I think Lottie
anything
says,
about,
"What do you do for your Happy Meal?"
yes.
So when my clubs were smaller, I did do a $4 package, and they would always get 3 wax samples, and I would give them like another product, swipes, spray, whatever it was. And now that my club is a little bit smaller, they're or bigger, excuse me, then they get scent stickers. They're going to get 2 wax samples, and I do it in a number 10 envelope and just try to pack it full as much as I can and do either a non-machinable stamp or 2 stamps or whatever I think is appropriate for what I'm sending that month. Obviously, this month they're getting the catalog, so it's a full package. But just trying to save money where I can with Happy Mail, so that's where I kind of switched is when I got so many. Do you offer the brick clubber deals? And do you entice them to join club by letting them know about the brick option? So a lot of my clubbers are big with box people. I will be completely honest. I don't know if you guys went to SFR 2 years ago or so, but they had like a workstation for Scentsy Club, and you could see like what most of your people use or buy in Scentsy Club, and every single one of my clubbers have a whiff box. So I think when it comes to like the exclusives with bricks, a lot of them either know about it or I just post about it and then they'll ask and they'll be like, well, wait a minute, that's a Scentsy Club thing. And I'm like, yes. So some of them know it, but I don't really like put it out there if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I'm off mute. What do you say to people to get them to sign up?
Oh, hmm. A lot of times, when I'm posting, this is where a lot of them do come from. It's either the catalog post where they're asking, like, I want a catalog, or when I'm posting that somebody joined my club. And a lot of times those posts will get reactions to be like, well, what's this or anything like that. And I privately message them. And in my private message, I let them ask the questions. I think when you word vomit, it scares the heck out of them. And I think we all kind of know that a little bit. So I make it really simple and say, hey, I saw your comment about wanting to know about Scentsy Club. What questions do you have? And just try to make it very simple and let them ask the questions. I don't want to tell them everything. And if they want to know, they can ask. Because my post, when I post about, oh, so and so's join club, they're going to get this, this, and this, they kind of know a little bit about the details already. So they just want to kind of know how to sign up at that point.
I love that. Okay, so we have some more questions, but first, because I feel like it goes well with this, we have, if we don't include to the rest of this day, we have 3 full days with the wax scents that are about to go away. So if you were going to take these next 3 days to try to get someone new into club with wax scents that are going away, what would you say to those people? And maybe tell us just like really briefly how you would even know that somebody liked that scent.
So if you don't know about your discontinued chart that they have available in the hold on 1 second. My daughter came in here.
We love this. This is real life. Children's are welcome.
This commercial brought to you by Child.
Yes. Yeah, so I think just really quickly, she was talking about the list of scents that are going away. And then she kind of started to say at the beginning, it's a really good and easy way to get someone into club, but I'm still curious what you would say to that person.
So I'm about to shoot out those messages tomorrow. So I already have it like prepared, at least for those wax scents that are going to be going away. My husband helped me create a chart that was way easier looking than that Excel spreadsheet. So I plan on texting them, just letting them know the certain bars that are going to be retiring that they've had, and say they're going to be leaving, and the club is super awesome because you can get Happy Mail with me every single month. Do you want to join? Like straight up. And I will say honestly, every single message that I send ends with a question. If you're not doing that, you're really hurting yourself. I'll be honest. Because if you just lay it like, let me know, or, what do you think, or anything like that, I know that's kind of a question, but it's an open question that they can just leave alone. So I kind of be like, oh, do you want to join club? So then they have to answer it yes or no. And so that is one of my main things I do for sure.
Love it. Okay, if someone uses their referral link and the original person signs up as a consultant, they take the referrals with them.
Yes, me and Shannon talked about this earlier. Yes. So if somebody is going to sign up, I don't know if everybody knows this, so we were talking about it back and forth. So a lot of times when you have awesome clubbers, if you have somebody that has more than $75 in club or whatever it might be, try and ask them to see if they would like to join. Because if they join, yes, their club's going to disappear from you, and if they refer anybody, it's going to go with them too. So I don't know if anybody knows that, but so when you're going ahead and getting those clubbers, it's great to have the consultant out of it, but just remember you might lose a couple if they're going to go ahead and take those referrals with them.
But can I say something about that? I mean,
Yeah,
we want our new consultants to get off to the best possible start. So by taking their friend who they referred to us under
they
their
belong to them.
business, that's what we want them to do, right? Like we don't want them
Yes,
to keep buying from us. We want them to go
right.
with their friend.
Yeah, and I have found too that I personally have a consultant that just is a hobbyist and doesn't really do much. And she took her clubbers with her. And then her clubber just messaged me and was like, hey, I really miss your Happy Meal. Can I come back to you? So but my friend, the consultant is a hobbyist and she didn't really carry the way and I made sure of that. So, but yes, I completely agree. If they referred them, they should completely go to them. So yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you only send Happy Mail to your clubs or to all of your customers?
Oh, okay. So, I didn't explain that, did I? So my clubbers do get specialer happy mail, if that makes sense. Like my regular happy mail that I send out for people that order within the last 3 months, they're just getting one wax sample and some rack cards with information about club or scent of the month or whatever I feel like printing out, coupons, whatever it might be. But they only get one wax sample, so it's not really exciting. And with my clubber happy mail, sometimes I'll throw in a scent circle or if I have it on me. I'm not trying to hurt myself, but I try to put extras in there if I can at that time. But theirs is way better than my people that just order.
Got it. Okay, so it says, what do you think the biggest tip to tell your customers or the biggest selling points outside of always getting my bar? And then I'm going to also say, besides, you're going to get Happy Meal for me because you already said that. So, what other tips do you think there are?
That reminds me too, Jess, that was one thing that I was going to talk about too. Within these next 3 days, not only am I going to do the discontinued list and it touches base on this, I'm going to go live again with my Whiff box and I'm going to explain how awesome the Whiff box is because you could get one half off if you spend $60. So I think that is one thing that is why my customers all have Whiff boxes in their Scentsy Club because I go live every single month with it. They know it's coming. They know what the heck it is. So I think that's important too. Go live, explain Scentsy Club, and stay on for a little bit longer than 5 to 10 minutes because that algorithm will help push it through if you go ahead and stay on a little bit longer. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. So
I love that. One thing that I always tell people, I say, and I have the best hack for you. You get two Whiff boxes, buy one full price, and then get a second one half price. And I talk about how I do that
ooh,
every month, right? And I pretend like it's a
ooh,
little insider trick.
I need to
Um,
write that down. I love that wording. Yes, that's really good. I got a hack for you. I'm gonna add that.
yeah. Okay, so how much confetti can fit in your big egg with all of the products?
Listen, a lot of confetti. And I used to put confetti in all of my mail, and then I got some angry customers, so I couldn't do it anymore. But lots of confetti. I should bring this to you know, Scentsy family reunion and just pop it open, I think.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And I
We
think
could,
if you're going to go live, that means that we all tell us in the chat, do you guys get your own Cincy Club? Because I think she's
Oh my
telling
gosh,
you
yes.
super important.
Yes. I think what really I think for me in my brain, what was like, holy cow, Scentsy Club is really cool if they're not on it, is, you can switch the date when it comes out. You can go from monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly. Man, I've switched mine so many dang times. So I think it's pretty awesome. And that's awesome for our customers too. So
Yeah.
yes,
Well,
Becky, I have two too. Yes, yes, all the twos. I have two clubs too.
I do too. Okay, so thank you. So I'm just curious though, before we kind of move on from this, there were a lot of you that had a lot of clubs. So did we leave anything out? Are there any tips that you guys could share with someone who would want to start to get 500 MPRV per month from Cincy Club? I mean, and if you look up the statistics for subscriptions, retail subscriptions, it's growing year over year. I don't think subscriptions are going anywhere anytime soon. Um, Noemi says she
Yeah, I
talks
love
about,
what Noemi said. Like, talk about it. You've got to talk about it constantly. Yes.
yeah. And then someone had asked you about Happy Mail, like regular Happy Mail. So print something out about Cincy Club every month in your regular Happy Mail.
I think
Yes, I
that's
have a,
super important, right? Like if
yeah,
people have to see it over and over and over and over again, in the touch point, like in the Happy Mail and like going live every month, like the statistics are 2 to 3% of people see your post now, like
yeah,
on your wall, right, or in your grid. Um, so you have to keep sharing, sharing, sharing.
Yeah, and that's exactly, yeah, that's why I keep on, every time I get a clubber, I celebrate it like it's a party, and people want to know that excitement. And so I think the more you push it out there, it's the more the better. And I was going to drop a Canva template in the group that I have for club. I just made it for this month. I stole somebody's and kind of rearranged it and made the colors I wanted, so I can drop it into the group too, so then you guys can have it.
I just had a really fun idea when you said you make it a party. Like, how
Yeah.
fun would it be to, Jess, were you already thinking this too? You probably, I
No.
don't know. How fun would it be to literally get in that VIP group and literally celebrate it like it was a party, like confetti, like a blowhorn, a party hat, whatever, like woohoo, like make a huge big deal about it, right?
Yes. Yes, that
Create some
FOMO
fun
for it.
community. Yeah.
Yes. I love that.
And maybe you have a
I
little
feel like,
party package that's going in the mail to them at that point, right?
yes, take a picture with it. Yes, 100%. And I, when I show that the clubbers get like early access to the catalog, I put that package in like a clear prettiness. It's got confetti, make it look pretty and presentable. Don't just throw something in a bag and say, okay, here it is. No, we gotta make it pretty. And I feel like when you said like party hat and everything, I don't know if y'all know Barb Bruno that's on here. She is my best friend, but that is her. She would be putting on some glasses, looking crazy with a party hat in her VIP group on her regular page, because that's totally her. And that's how we all need to kind of be, just excited and ready and excited about Scentsy.
Yes, she is like sunshine.
Yes.
All right. Um, if they do a direct ship with consumables, I always suggest the discount option through Club. And then if they have one, I talk about the next level of rewards to get to 30 or the $60 mark. Very good.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, if you guys get bars, like you know how you do Scentsy Club and you get stocked up on a lot of the same bar, right? Because you're getting it over and over. I actually add these into the mix if you're willing to part with some of them, and it's a talking point onto Scentsy Club. I've been able to get some people in there where I do porch pickup, they'll order 6 bars of wax. And so they'll sometimes tell me to choose, or I'll send them a list of scents to choose from, and I'll throw those scents in there. And they'll be like, okay, how do I get more of that? And I'm like, well, lucky for you, I do have a couple, but this just means you need to add your favorites to a club, right? So that you always get them. They'll make them just for you for the rest of your life, or as long as you want them to.
I
Um,
love that idea because I have Cinderella and Ariel in my club. They are a must, and it's a small world. If y'all didn't smell it, you're missing it. So, but those are not around, and I could totally throw them into some mail, and people would be like, "Oh, girl, I know. Let me tell you."
yeah.
A little personal tip. I knew Cozy Fireside would always come back because why wouldn't it? It had been around for 14 years and didn't add it to my club. So if you have holiday fragrance, I know some of you are like Cozy Fireside, why would anyone want that? And the rest of you are like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. But if there are holiday, fall, and winter fragrances, like this is a call to action to you all as well. Add them to your club. I mean, even if you do every 3 months instead of every month, but you are going to be gutted and devastated if your favorite, I'm not even going to speculate on a fragrance, doesn't come back in the fall, right? Like maybe you have a pumpkin that you love and it would be like life ending if it didn't come back. I do have, like, if pumpkin roll didn't come back, it would truly be the end of the world. So I always add pumpkin roll to my club now, right? So just
Yeah.
don't
I'm
be
really
like, don't
mad.
be sad.
I'm really mad I didn't add Christmas cottage cider, apple, whatever the cider. Oh, man. Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. And if you do what Karen just said, where you put the fall scents, I don't know about where you live, but I'm in Florida and these people are ready for some fall scents, like because they're so over summer because it's about to be summer for us in like a month, right? And then we have summer forever and ever, amen. And then come July, we want to decorate with some pumpkins, even though just to pretend inside our house. So if you put them in your club, you could have an open house. You could do a 6 bar special. You could have all sorts of funsies with it. But I like what you were thinking with a call to action. We have 3 full days left with these scents that are going away. So if you're a new consultant and don't have the report to look at, think of your customers. You know who your fall and winter girlies are and who your spring and summer girlies are. Reach out to the fall and winter and offer them all. Tell them about club. You know, take some of these perks and tips and ask, so who's in? Who's in with us for the next 3 days to try to get one person, one more person into club?
Yes.
If you've been a consultant since at least last fall and winter, under your reporting tab, there's an entire report that you can pull and it says discontinued since. You pull it up. Here's my trick for you. And don't make fun of me, but I've been a consultant for 12 years and I didn't realize this trick. I don't know if it's a trick or common sense, but you don't want to reach out to someone who bought a bar once. You want to reach out to the people who bought something, at least they bought that bar 3 times, right? So just whenever you pull the report, sort the number purchased. You do it twice and it'll bring the highest number sold of that particular scent to the top. And then it cuts
I
your
didn't
work.
know that.
Yeah, for like
Ah,
11 years, I used to scroll through this report for like
yeah.
really embarrassingly long amounts of time. So anyway, pull the report, sort it so the highest numbers at the top. Reach out to these people. If you're new, think about who loves the fall scents. Um, okay, so we have a few people who are in. One new clubber, and then come back next week and tell us about it. We're going to talk about it next week, um, if that's okay. So
And I want to say one thing. I know everybody is super tired, but you don't give up. You got 3 more days. Work your booty off, and then you can rest March 1st, well, March 2nd, because March 1st, you got to put all your pre-orders in. Okay. But March 2nd, we can all rest and don't talk to me. Okay. That is going to be my decompressed day. And, just keep pushing, y'all. Keep pushing. Go live, share club, share all the things, put club in your happy mail, treat your customers right, and they're going to treat you good.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So she just told us we have 3 more days to write our paycheck for March and collect
Great.
pre-order March 1st, however that
Push it.
looks for you. And just really quickly before we end the recording, if you're watching the replay, that's the secret. You have to come and hang out with us live so you can join the after party because that's like the really fun part.